Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. These are the men that taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings unto the elect. Okay, I'm going to read the book of 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, which is just like all the other chapters in the Bible are good. But this is a very good chapter to go into because us being in this truth, this is what we have to deal with. We all had to go through the process of coming out of the world, being dead, spiritually dead, okay, dead to our nationality and dead to the understanding of these scriptures. From that to the process of being made alive, or like the scriptures say, quicken. What is that? St. John 6:63. Okay, which means to make alive. Quicken means to make alive. So we were made alive through the preaching of the gospel, which gave us, which activated the faith that the Most High gave us. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us. And we came from that dead state to following these scriptures and understanding, and it's a process. Okay, you don't just come into this truth and all of a sudden you walking like a man. You walking in this truth like a man that's been around for 2, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years. I just threw out some numbers. Okay. So mainly in this 1 Peter the 4th chapter, this applies to us all, but especially to the ones that are just coming into the fold, or the younger men. But it definitely applies to us all at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. This is 1 Peter 4:1. It says, "For as much then as Hamashiach had suffered for us in the flesh." How did Yahweh Shai suffer for us in the flesh? Ultimately, he was crucified. Okay, but even his walk before him being put on that cross was he suffered. Okay. He went through the same things we go through. The same temptations that befall us. He went through all them same temptations. Okay. It says, "Arm yourselves likewise with the same mind," meaning know that you're going to have to suffer like Yahweh Shai suffered. If you say you believe in this Bible, okay, you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite now, and you come to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then know that suffering is a part of this. Okay, have that same mind as Yahweh Shai. It says, "For he has suffered he that suffered." Okay, I'm reading it wrong. Salakia. It says, "For he that had suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin." And then the next verse is going to explain what that's talking about. The part that says, "For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin." Verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, meaning living after the lust of the flesh. All the different things that we were doing, okay, which started in our minds, okay, the mindset that we had that caused us to live like a nigger, okay, live according to the ways of this world, okay, hitting up the clubs, living a reckless life, not having fear of nothing that's written in this book, okay. There were certain things, by nature we just wouldn't do, but we still were living according to the ways of this world. Okay. It says that we should no more live like that. So that's what it's talking about. Living according to this world. We believed in different things. We believed in different philosophies that has nothing to do with the truth of this Bible. So that's what it's talking about when it says, for he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin, that he no longer, we no longer gonna add sin on top of sin. We coming back to rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay, having a mind or living a life that is led by having a mindset according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. Okay. It says, let me read verse 2 again, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So we're living our life not to look some way before men, okay, or to be out here worried about how man is looking at you. Because Jake like to do things, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they do things to be seen in the eyes of men, okay? To be accepted of men, okay? To be accepted by this jacked up, messed up society. But we're supposed to live to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Live not to do as man is doing, following men, but following the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is following this Bible, okay, according to understanding. It says, verse 3, it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, meaning we was complacent when we was in the world, okay. It was good enough for us to live like like this so-called white man or any of these other nations where our people are scattered at. Okay. It says, read that again. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting, and abominable idolatries. And that's what we are. We were into other doctrines, okay? A lot of us came out of the so-called Christian church, okay? Some brothers came out of Islam. Some brothers came just from being a straight-up nigga that didn't really follow any particular religion, for lack of better words, okay, or whatever you were into. Okay, we would at times we didn't know how to conduct ourselves, waking up with hangovers, hitting up the club, talking shit with niggas that ain't. All this is just a wasteful lifestyle that has nothing to do with building up your spirit, okay, so that you could receive salvation. No living with no morals, okay? It says, verse 4, it says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, meaning living that our people seeing us withdrawing from the world, okay? And I'm using this chapter to apply to what we're going through today, because the same thing that we're going through today, the Israelite foreigners was going through back then, okay? Because if you read 1 Peter, the first chapter, 1 Peter, the first chapter, in the first verse, it tell you that this letter was to the the strangers, the Israelite foreigners that were scattered throughout different regions. Okay? But were elect. It tells you that, you know? And it says, so yeah, we're going through the same thing that they went through during that time period. Okay, the process of waking up, finding out our nationality, and stop living living according to the ways of the heathen, and coming back and living according to the law, statutes, and commandments, and the complete wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. And when our people see that we have withdrawn from the world, we stop doing the things that we used to do. We not hitting up the club. We not talking about that bullshit, which is a bunch of nothing. Jake sit around and talk about absolutely nothing constructive or nothing that can benefit their spiritual growth. Okay? They sit back and they talk about vanities. Things that hold no weight. Okay? And when they see you leave off from that nature, that lifestyle, I'm gonna read verse 4. This is what they say, and we all witnessed it. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil. And my page is ripped right here. I believe it says Salakia. Hold on. Okay, Salakia. Piece of my page is ripped off, and part of the word is the last word on this verse was missing, but it says speaking evil of you. So they talk shit about us, okay, because we have left off from the ways of the world. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. They talk all kind of shit about us, and they think they speaking against men, but they really speaking against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, they speaking against the Heavenly Father and His Son, and they don't even know it. Because we're not out in the world being wicked as we were. It says, who shall give account to him? So they're going to have to give account. Because another thing is that they heard the word. Okay? They're not going to have a cloak for their conduct. Meaning they're not going to have an excuse to say I was living my life this way and I didn't know I was supposed to live according to this Bible. Okay? Because this word didn't went out. It says, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead. And that's Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And which side of the judgment do we want to be on? Of course, we want to be on the side of the judgment that receives salvation. We want our judgment ultimately to be delivered from this up and coming destruction, okay? And be beamed up and delivered from the destruction, the nuclear destruction, okay? And all the different plagues that are going to take place before the nuclear destruction. Okay, it says, for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead. We all were dead, okay? And we came from that dead state to life through the preaching of this word, hearing this word and believing in it. It says that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, that we might, like the verse above said, that when they see us withdraw from the world, meaning that we not running, I'm sorry, not the verse above, but the fourth verse. They think it's strange that we're not running with them to the same excess of riotous life, meaning having excess of riot, meaning just living a wasteful, immoral life, wasting your time, wasting your resources, the little so-called resources that you may have, and just with no morals, you know. And when we withdraw from that, they think it strange and they speak evil of it. And down here in the 6th verse, it said that this is why the gospel was preached. So when they see the dead, us, you know, through the Spirit, raised from the dead to life, okay, that they might be judged. I'm sorry, and it's really talking about us, that we might be judged, talking about the us being talked about and ridiculed, reproached, okay, that we might be judged, you know, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the spirit, okay? So they're going to get their judgment. That's one of the reasons that this gospel was preached, so that we could wake up out of this state, and then the ones that talk shit about us waking up to the fact that we're Israelites and we live our life differently, and they talk bad about it, we're being judged by them, okay? But we're living after the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay? Verse 7, it says, but the end of all things is at hand. Therefore, be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourself, being that spirit of the giving spirit to the brethren. Okay? Whatever you may have, be in the spirit to be charitable to the brothers. Okay? It says, for charity shall cover a multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another. So, you know, when a brother comes by your place, or brothers fellowshipping at your place, you want to make sure you take care of them to the best of your ability. You know, of course, in the proper order. You know, because we always executing order when we dealing in this. When we dealing in this, it's a number of brothers together. Okay, we deal decent in order. But if you that particular brother, that brothers may be at your place, you know, then you want to take care of them, you know. It says to another without grudging. And if you look up that word grudging, it goes into murmuring. So, you know, we want to be in there. You don't want to be in there running your mouth, whispering about another brother, you know. It says, as every man had received the gift, because the Most High gave unto all of us the gift of faith to believe in his word, and he gave us a portion of the knowledge, okay? Then collectively we all come together, we make up one body, okay? We make up one body, but we hold different offices, and every brother got different gifts, you know. One brother may have the gift to speak in tongues, which is good with the tongues. Like the good example of that is the Elder Monaghan, the head of the DC camp, you know. One brother may be keen in the law, you know. One brother may be good at breaking down certain prophetic breakdowns. Okay, one brother may be just a good teacher. You know, he really teaches well. You know, whatever your gift is that you got. Okay, it says, as every man had received the gift, even so minister. Okay, which minister means to serve the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. if any man minister, so if you speaking, you should be speaking according to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. Okay? It says, if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, give it. That Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shai. Or it says Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. And then it says, amen. Though I don't like to say that word. But it says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though something strange thing happened unto you. So when we go through this hell, especially, you go through particular trials when you first come into this truth. Okay, you catch a lot of problems with your woman that you're not used to. If for the ones that have women, your family come against you. Okay, you may lose your job, you may not lose your job. Whatever the different trials that come upon you, don't think it's strange, because as we read in the first verse, we supposed to equip ourselves with the same mind of Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai went through sufferings. So we supposed to have it in our mind that we gonna go through sufferings. Okay? It says, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Don't look at it like, man, what's going on, man? I'm catching all this. I'm going through these problems, because the scriptures say that when we find out about this truth, okay, it's going to be sweet in our mouth as honey, okay? But soon that sweetness turns to bitterness. So when that bitterness comes in the form of trials, okay, tribulations, don't think it's strange. Like something is like, what the hell is going on? Okay? It's in the scriptures that we gonna suffer. And suffering is a good thing, because sufferings over a period of time, it builds you up. It makes you stronger. Okay? In the faith. It says, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers in Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Because we're gonna ultimately, we'll, if we endure unto the end, we'll be delivered. Okay? If you be reproached, meaning I'll just say it like this, shit is being talked about you because you believe in this truth. If you be reproached for the name of Yahweh Shai, or Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, happy are ye. You should be happy about that, because that's a sign that you're a man of the Lord. For the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, because they think speaking against men, they think that if they speaking against men, that they're just speaking against men, but they're speaking against Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father and His Son. It says, on their part, he is evil spoken of, and they actually will literally talk shit about Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It says, but on your part, he is glorified. Yeah, because we lift up this word. We lift up the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's why when we start our lessons off, we say all praises, honor, and glory, and mean it, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, but let none of you suffer as murderers, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Okay, so if you suffering in that manner, being, you going off being wicked, don't take it as if, you just catching hell for being in this truth. Okay, so so that you don't have to go through that. You don't want to go off, you know. But we in this flesh, yeah, definitely we're not gonna commit murder and be a thief, but don't be going off, you know, and then you suffer for going off, and then take it as if you're suffering because you're catching hell in this truth, or catching hell for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Or you done got caught up in getting in somebody else's business, and it done caused some problems in your life, and you know, you don't want that type of shit to happen. And then you got men out there that'll just chalk it up as, you know, I'm catching hell. Nah, man. You catching hell for doing wickedness. It says, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, and that the word Christian right there meaning a follower of Yahushua, okay? It says, let him not be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to follow this word, okay? To be ostracized from society. It says, but let him glorify Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai on this behalf. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, meaning judgment is first going to begin at the ones of us that know we're Hebrew Israelites. Okay? And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? And that's destruction. Okay? It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Verse 19, it's the last verse. I'm going to wrap this up. It says, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. Okay, so I'm going to read that again. It says, wherefore let him that suffer according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So we're supposed to be suffering for righteousness' sake. Okay, it says commit the keeping of your soul. The way we commit to keeping our souls to him in well-doing is by following this word in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, using balance, man, being a reasonable man, being balanced in your decision making. Okay, it says as unto a faithful creator, meaning we're doing this because we believe that Yahweh, okay, is going to hold fast to everything, all the promises that he's written in this book for us. If we do these things, he's going to reward us. He's going to make good on his promises. Okay? And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai is faithful. Okay? And what I'm going to do is, in another lesson, I'm going to go into 1 Peter, the 5th chapter. Didn't mean to make this lesson this long, but that was I had to go through the whole chapter because that was my intent. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings on to the elect. Shalom.